So my background in education has pretty much been since I started my career. I was at IBM, then I was at Xerox running the local government and higher education sector, and then I got the opportunity to go and join McGraw-Hill, where they were really looking at AI and personalization. And then after that I got approached to go and join Iris when they were making a number of acquisitions, the likes of PSF Finance that had 4,500 schools. And then after that I worked with Juniper Education, again on another kind of growth journey. So I've really wanted to work with businesses that make a real difference to the pupils and their outcomes. Having been involved in 15 to 20 acquisitions in the EdTech space, I could always see that the challenges for those owners has been, they're not technologists. They have wonderful ideas that are really going to change the outcome of pupils or for school administrators. They get to the point in their growth strategy where they're suffering from technical debt, they can't add new features, and they get into a muddle, and then they end up really kind of struggling and they lose some of the love. So Altamira comes in and solves that headache. They come in and they go, right, let's look at how we can really accelerate your growth. Everyone involved in Altamira wants to have a purpose, but we also see the challenges of founders and business owners in the space. And Altamira, they don't want to create products from scratch. They want to work with the best minds who've got the right idea, understand how it's going to make a real difference, and work alongside them to go, let's get your product to really deliver what was your early ambition. When developing software, it's really important to understand the need of all of the stakeholders. Obviously, the key is focused on the pupil outcome, because everyone who's working in schools really wants to make a difference to the pupil. So for us, it's really important that we work with experts who know what it is they need to do, and then we can bring them the technology. AI definitely has a part to play in the education system, but what we must remember is that people learn from people, and AI can underpin that so that the teacher can really work on the individual, not just the academic, but also them as a person, because we want people to come through school as rounded. There is still resistance to using AI in the classroom. Chalk and blackboard has had its place, but now we're seeing that with the move of technology, we have digital natives. They want personalization. If we can engage them, personalize in the right way, that is going to massively improve their education in terms of if they're encouraged and they're excited and the technology is underpinning the messages they're getting from schools. That is an amazing enabler, because just learning by rote does not mean you're going to be able to apply that knowledge. It is really important to use AI responsively and cleverly, in the classroom, because there is bias. And when we're talking in the education setting, we want it to be accurate. It needs to be accurate, because these children will take it on board. We're forever telling children, don't just go on Wikipedia, don't just go on your website. What is the ethics behind that? Are you using reputable sources, etc.? So it's up to us to allow ourselves to be open to that scrutiny so that other educators can come and see the efficacy. And there is going to need to be longitudinal studies, but we know that the benefits of AI outweigh the not doing it. We're all complaining about kids being addicted to their phones, whether it be different apps that they're spending lots of time on, etc. It's our responsibility to engage the audience, and if we do it in the right way, then they will really enjoy the content. And if you look at some products in the marketplace, such as SumDog, what that's done for mathematics, they've run these kind of challenges. Let's all be creative to make sure that we engage people. We work across a number of sectors, not just education, so in finance, pharmaceutical. So we're really embedded into the efficacy to make sure that we are really understanding those data requirements, because again, we want to personalize to people. We don't want to mix up that kind of data. We also don't want people's data to be in the wrong hands, etc. And that's why whenever we engage with someone, we do a big kind of due diligence audit, and we make sure that all of those procedures are in place. Because if you start off in the right way, then you'll guarantee success. So we've worked with a number of organisations, both in Europe and in America. One of the organisations, Alula, we look for owners of businesses that want to go on a journey. Alula is one of those businesses where they're an expert in what they do. So we've been able to stand shoulder to shoulder with them, recognise where they have the expertise, and then we've been able to bring our expertise to them. It's the journey. We have been able to remove those headaches for the owners of Alula to be able to really hit the market need that they're trying to deliver. The discovery phase is paramount, because by being able to understand the idea, understand what the outcomes are going to be, we're able to bring our expertise in to go, this is the tech stack that's going to be scalable for you, and then this is how it's going to look and feel to get the responses you need from the people that are going to use the product. It's a partnership with the parents, the pupils, the schools, and it's that trust. The product, is not a replacement for the responsible adults, so it needs to be that real kind of transparency, openness. But what the Alula product and what it's doing, it's allowing the expertise to really focus where they can make the most difference. It's really important to get to the genesis of what is the idea that people are trying to do, because AI isn't the right solution in a number of different places, or it could be the right solution in the back of the product, but not necessarily right up front. The current needs for owners in the education sector is really that getting to as close to zero headaches as possible. They also are in a competitive environment. Whilst they might have a wonderful product, there's every chance there could be 2 or 3 competitors all fighting for the same space, and schools have limited budgets. So for us, it's working with owners who recognize the ecosystem. To carry on their scalability, they need to invest in what they're doing, but they also need to look to the future. So we want them to focus on their visions, and we want to support them with their technical debt, but also what the product needs to look like in the future. We're experts in that, and we want them to be experts where they're experts. So that kind of partnership of coming together is really important when we can understand the outcomes they're trying to achieve.